morning. I'm Gene Frank, and along with my wife Roberta, welcome to the GNR Desert Railroad. We've been in existence about 4 years now when my wife made a suggestion that she didn't want the clutter of a railroad building inside the house, so we came out into the garden, and through some friends that we had met previously, we got involved with the club here on the northwest side of Phoenix, the Adobe Mountain, which is Arizona Model Railroad Society and Arizona Garden Railroad Society. So I share my time between here at home and out at the park in building and running. And we try to have events a couple times a year. We'll have the gang over here and we'll just run trains and just socialize. Like I said, it's been about 4 years now in the building. The main loop is approximately 250 feet in length with a number of sidings. That was the first that went in. That is a powered loop. The original intent here was track power, and we're maintaining the track power so that visitors who don't have battery can run on this track. I added the south loop, which is a small loop that is more my wife's church and chapel, and we run a little tank engine with a passenger car. We've added a McDonald's down there. That's more of a kids area, something the little ones can identify with. All of the bridges and trestles are all hand built. Most of it is redwood, and that's one of my passions, is building these kind of structures. My wife's department is putting together buildings and arranging things, people, and basically the little dioramas that are all around the layout. Much more to add to that as time goes by. And our current project now is split between adding in a spur line into our barn in the back corner at the south end, and at the north end is the major project, which will be a pond and stream. And we needed a place to store both trains and buildings, and what started out as just a car barn has now evolved into a car barn and an upper storage area. Dan at Eagle Wings has done a lot of iron work for me, so what I have is a 14-foot long building, has 4 tracks in it, and the upper half has slide-out trays where we, during the hard part of the summer when we take up the buildings, we have a place to store them now. And in that area at the north end is I built a Y in there, and from there it's a stream and then around the pond and then back onto the main line. The switches and secondary track are already in there to connect the main with the new section, so that'll be our north section. Sometime, hopefully by the end of this year or the first part of next year, that section will be running. And then we just keep adding a little bit at a time as finances allow and as time especially allows right now. So we've thoroughly enjoyed it. We've met so many good people, made a lot of friends around the country, going to conventions and touring other people's layouts. We get ideas from them, we give ideas to people. So it's just been a wonderful hobby. The people have been generous with their time and their advice, and we've tried to reciprocate. It has been a lot of fun, and we thoroughly enjoy it, and we have many plans for the future. This railroad will never be done.
Hi, my name is Terry Leasegang. I'm the owner of the St. John Railroad. What I've tried to do is make a 1/20th scale mining railroad in northern Arizona in the desert, which interchanges with the Colorado and Southern, Rio Grande Southern, and Denver and Rio Grande Western. Everything is on the layout as scale 1/20th, so a true representation of a narrow gauge railroad. I have about 500 feet of track and about 40 switches. We generally run with battery power. There's no track power at all. And we run live steamers every month. I have 2 live steamers, a Shea and a C16 AccuCraft. And a couple of my friends bring over K27 AccuCrafts and K27 electrics that we run. I have about 20-25 boxcars and assorted rolling stock in addition to my passenger trains. I have a number of engines ranging from a Climax all the way up to a C16 and a Bachmann Connie. That's about it on the layout. There's no water or anything on the layout, so that it's easy maintenance. It's not a garden railroad, it's a desert railroad. Well, I bought a lot of Rio Grande or AccuCraft cars, and then I built a lot from scratch using kits. Put the kits together, detailed, and lettered, and painted, and all that. These passenger cars that I built were a kit. Along with some of the box cars, I have 3 reefers I put together, 2 box cars, and I have a couple more kits to put together yet. I do all my own conversion to RC. There's no battery at all, or I'm sorry, there's no track power at all. The maintenance on track power is too much. So I did all the conversion on RC. Every engine I have is converted. I'm using Aristocraft on one of them, and then Airwire on the rest of them. And then my C16 live steam has a remote, is controlled RC. I have a Futaba transmitter and receiver, and I can control the direction, the fuel, and the throttle with that. The Shea I don't have RC because it goes slow enough. You just set it, and up the hill, down the hill, it doesn't matter, it goes the same speed. I'm part of Scottsdale Live Steamers, which is going to have a G-scale layout at McCormick Ranch. We're in the process of planning it now. The first time we had it was, I had it on a Sunday. We didn't get a lot of people come on, we had about 60, 70 people. And it was a learning experience. And then last year, we ran it on Saturday. Just on Saturday, we had 125 people come out. And there weren't many layouts in this part of town last year, so not too many people came. Like I said, we had about 125. I hope to get about 150 to 200 this year. Enough advanced planning, and there's enough people got the brochures that they should be able to get a big turnout. And I don't mind doing this for Make-A-Wish. This is fine. I have no problem.
Well, my name's Ron Underwood, and our railroad's name is the Grand Central Railroad. And that's because we are in Sun City Grand out here in Phoenix, Arizona area. And we got started in November of 2002. They gave us actually a small plot of ground about 10 feet by 10 feet. And we said, well, we can't run too much on 10 foot by 10 foot. So they finally gave us a nice plot of land over here by the tennis courts. We're running about 1,200 feet of track. We have 4 separate tracks, each run by its own transformer. We run battery power, we run local link, we run track power, we run the Aristocraft train engineer. We've run trains up to 50 cars long, running passenger trains and everything. We've got about 30 members in the Grand Central Railroad, and each member has their own trains. The guys all donated all the track and all the buildings are all part of the community. And we just have a good time. We run 3 days a week. We run it for all the adults. The adults have just as much fun watching it as the kids do. And it's been a real boon for this area. As far as we know, this is the only Sun City outfit that has a garden railroad set up outside for people to watch. We continually improve and expand our track. We continually add buildings so that we have more and more realistic towns. We have what we call a board of directors. There's 3 of us, and I'm one of the original board of directors from when we first started. So we rotate one off every 3 years. One row keeps rotating. So I'll be going off because I was one of the founding members in the end of 2007. But we make a decision what we want to do, and it's a club decision. People want to make a change on track. We ask for a layout and a diagram and a cost, and it's presented to the 3-member board. We approve it. We use the train money that we get from donations. People make donations, and then we have our dues every single year. So it's self-sustaining, and everybody puts in time, and we put in all donations. But we have a variety of trains to run. Everybody's got trains from little doodlebugs to you know, the big boys. So we have a lot of fun.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Phil Orey, and this is my wife Wanda. We got into, well, we had model railroading years ago in H.O. Gage, and when we moved out here to Sun City West, Arizona, 3 years ago we went to see Dan Hoag's layout at their open house, and I kind of got hooked on G-Gage. And I said to my wife, oh, I could build a layout in the backyard very quick and easy before we start building our H.O. Gage layout. Well, we got into this, we haven't even started on an H.O. Gage layout yet.
It was supposed to be a small layout,
Yeah, this was a simple, small thing.
simple, small layout,
How long was it going to take me to make, dear?
about 4 months. That was 2 years ago that he started. And we call it the,
The Grizzly Flats Division of the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad. We tore out a tree that we had, a lemon tree back here, to put in the fish pond, and we built the layout. Everything is built on cement. There's 3-inch of footing underneath everything, and then there's concrete blocks. So all the track system is built up on concrete blocks, from 4-inch blocks all the way up to 16-inch high on this end, around the pond. What else did we do there?
well, we had very little, few people to help us. My brother was here helping, but Phil basically designed the whole thing. And I had fallen off my bicycle and broken my arm, and he was unable to get anyone to help him. So I helped do whatever I could. So I was out here with a broken arm, laying cement and doing whatever it was he needed help with to get the track down for the open house, for the railroad open house.
She did a great job. Matter of fact, the day before our first open house, we were still laying ballast in between the track, and we actually started up the trains and they ran. So we were just pleased with that. The layout is based generally in the early 1930s, except I did buy a couple of diesel engines because I like to run those also. So, I mean, it's fun. I'm running track power, and I'm using Local Link for my wireless, and it works pretty well. I've built everything with stainless steel track, and I find that the track holds up very well. I can walk on it, and easy to keep clean. So other than that, it's still a work in progress. We built a second car barn, and I have to put a Y in there and a trestle and hook that up to the main line, so I have more room to put in the rest of my cars and engines. Other than that, there'll be little things here and there. My wife does want somewhere on this layout, she wants to have
I'd like to have a circus.
A circus, that's it, yeah.
We just can't figure out where we got a lot packed into such a small area, so I'm not sure there's room for a circus somewhere, but we enjoy it out here and to watch the trains, and we often run it at night too, and we can sit in the spa and watch the trains go around, and it's really quite enjoyable. Well, with it being such a small backyard, Sarah McInerney painted our mural for us, and it just extended, it really made the yard look a lot bigger than it actually is. And again, that was just going to be about 3/4 of the way down the wall, and then when we saw how nice it looked, we extended it to the end.
And around.
Then we extended it down and around, so it was just going to be not the whole wall, but it's ended up to be the whole wall too. But it adds so much to this layout because it is such a small backyard.